And live, I think. Let's check YouTube. Oh, well. Guess YouTube's unsure. I don't know. Either way, I should be live, I think. So I worked out a couple of things. And one of them was using picture by picture on my gigantic monitor so I can actually stream and show you guys what I'm doing. Actually, by God, you can read it. Awesome. Anyway, syncretic. And I'm back. I have some more ideas about masks. I'm not entirely sure what to do with them. So what I'm going to do is a few different things. I'm going to move the decode and the output over here. Leave animate diff over here. And the last video I uploaded, I didn't upload to YouTube, but I uploaded it to Bandidoko. So go to Bandidoko and check that out if you want to know exactly what I'm doing right now. Otherwise, I'll run it to show you guys. So here's the desert. Here's this weird mall video. And we're gonna, let's see, upload a different picture. How about CERN? That's the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider. Why not? So when I run this, I'm gonna have to bypass this. Because originally it's not really going to do much of anything. It's going to run through Coco. It's going to run 60 frames. It's not going to save any of them because it doesn't need to right now. The idea is to be able to pull any given thing out of a background using Coco. Because Coco, I forget the name of what it's doing, but I read the research paper today. It segments all kinds of stuff and things, and it'll give it different colors. So the idea is to pull a color map and see what colors it's assigning it, and then grab one of those images, open it up with Microsoft Paint to figure out the RGB value of any one of those given colors. Then you take that RGB value, you plug it into the IP adapter, and it remasks it to red. And oh well, that was simple enough because it's already masked to red. So you can see what it cut out here. See that red right here? It's cutting out all that stair stuff. That's what Coco is masking as. Well, not red, but it's masking it as this color. The values of that color are 104, 84, and 109. So grab this image, save it, take the image, open it up with Paint, you can grab the little color dripper tool and click any number of these things. So how about this weird gray area? Let's see what color that is. Click this thing, the Edit Colors button, and it'll tell you what color it is. That is 146, 139, 141. But for the purposes of this video, that's probably a bad thing to pick, so I'm going to pick something different. Let's pick this purple area and see how that does. That is 96, 36, 108. Okay. So plug that into RGB. 96, 36, 108. What that's going to do is it's going to cut out this purple area, and it's going to turn it into whatever image is here. But right now, that's CERN. I'm going to take this, reactivate it, run over here, make this 30 frames. So it'll be exactly 1 second. It should run pretty fast. I don't have anything else really running. And then tell it to run. It's going to run 30 frames through Coco. Not entirely sure why RNG Tree's recursive execution is not working for this. I'm not sure if it works for Coco or not yet. But it's pretty fast either way. Coco runs through images real quick. Pull up the resource monitor. It uses a fair bit of VRAM. I'm using 7.7 gigs right now. But it'll pass it through the IP adapter. And then the VHS video combined will show you the mask. Passes that all through to the custom sampler for Animate Diff. And then once it's done with that... What? Crap. I don't know what the crap that is, but okay. I guess I can't see my chat. Yay. Action cannot be performed inside Streamlabs. To interact with chat, you have to open the chat web browser. Awesome. Well, I don't think YouTube is aware that I'm going live, so... Quit! Both of you, knock it off. You out. Yeesh. Okay. So if you're talking to me, I can't hear you. I can't see your comments. So if you look right here, it turned that purple. It was all right here. A little flecks of it even. It got all of it. Turned it into red. And then it used that as a mask. And it dropped it into this. You can see there's this weird CERN-looking thing. It's like permeating the video in certain parts of it. The rest of it's just... the rest of it's primarily just shatter. Animate Diff, Motion Laura. I can turn that off, which is fine. It's not going to hurt anything. I guess the CERN image is not very good. I had an image of the Gobi Desert that was working pretty good. Let's see here. Ah, there we go. Majestic Unicorn. Let's fill it in with Majestic Unicorn and see what it does.
This is a reminder. Drink water.
Again, if you're in the chat, I can't see you right now. I still have to... I have things to sort out with YouTube to make this all work. But I'm getting there. It's getting done.
If you finish this, just let me know you're done. Otherwise, I'll remind you in an hour. This is a reminder. Feed and water Olo. If you finish this, just let me know you're done. Otherwise, I'll remind you in an hour.
Here it goes. Almost done. If you guys are wondering the iterations per second, it's 5.05 seconds to iteration, but that's also on a 4090. So you can see it pulled the unicorn and put unicorns in that random space, and the rest of it, it did not know what to do because it was masked out. So it gave color splotches, which might have something to do with, yep, the prompt. That doesn't need to be cartoon anymore. So let's take a bigger chunk, much bigger chunk, and fill it with unicorns. Because why not? Yeah. Color dropper. Let's see where that falls. 104, 84, 109. One of these days I'm going to remember that. Let's plug that in right here. $84, 109. Run that through. Now it's got all those weird stair-looking things. Wait, are those just regular stairs? Yeah, those are just regular stairs, but the image quality is not that great. It's a really low-res video. It probably works better with a high-res video. It could probably detect better, but hey, it is what it is. I just want to see the unicorns all up and down the screen. That's gonna be neat. This idea originally came to me because I watched Mateo from Latent Vision on YouTube, and he masked out the red channel with Coco to pull a character out of the background. Okay, that's neat. Anyway, so he pulled a character out of the background, and I was like, we should be able to theoretically mask anything then, because you've got full RGB control, right? And then Purz went ahead and released the RVM. I think it's RVM. Hold on. Come on, brain. Function today. Go, brain, go. Close that. Yeah, automatic masking with RVM, LCM, and IP adapters, which is awesome. Anyway, so after I watched that video and started working on that, I incorporated it into my main flow. This is not my main workflow. And then I started working from there, and now that I've been able to do this, I'm actually really curious as to whether or not I even need this. Like this whole thing with the image blend and all that. It seems like I do. If you're wondering how these things are all encapsulated, these are all get and set nodes. And they allow me to do very interesting things. Like put whatever I want wherever I want it. So these guys have set nodes for the IP adapter model and clip vision. And then I just put get nodes down here for the IP adapter model and clip vision, and I throw them behind whatever I'm working on so they don't clutter anything up. That's the model that it's getting from. No, that's the set model. That's the model it's set to, which is the IP adapter model 1. It's the name I gave it, which animate diff gets. So it's like a normal chain of things, how you would connect it, but without connections, because the connections are like underneath all the matting or whatever. Just makes things cleaner. But the question that I have now is, because that turns all that into red, but what if I just take this, plug it straight into this, just ignore this, just ignore this entirely, just not even worry about it. Like, Ignore the VHS video combine. Just ignore all of that. Just go straight from coco to color mask to the IP adapter, the image to mask, prepare image for clip vision. Simple. Super simple. Let's see if that works. Okay. I think that's RNG tree's recursive execution there. All right. Change the change that on coco. Just change the resolution on coco real quick. I hope that doesn't change the color mask. It might. I'm not 100% sure how coco works. About to find out. Did change the color mask a little bit, but nothing drastic. So the question is, when it renders out, will it just straight up use that color as a mask and be done with it? Like it doesn't have to be put into the red channel. It doesn't have to be blended. It doesn't have to be multiplied. It can just be a mask straight out of coco. It's using 12 gigs by itself just to do this simple 30 frames. Yes, it can. It actually does not need all of those extra steps. So you can mask straight out of coco into the IP adapter. Whatever you want. Fascinating. Okay, well, all of this is not needed. That makes things very simple. It's just, let's see. Let's get a new fixed random. Run it again. Just to be sure. Really curious about this. I'm just now getting into learning all this masking stuff. Learning how it works, why it works. Sure enough. Just directly mask it right out. No problem. Huh. Okay. You can run this through any type of animate diff. It's kind of whatever, I guess. This is just a complicated config from my main config. My main comfy config, which is by far more complicated than this. Oh, excuse me. I made this specifically for YouTube. This is my normal workflow. It's just kind of a everything burger that does all kinds of stuff. It's what I used to make the Hulk dance video. Pretty neat. It does stable cascade, clip vision, image filtering, area composition, Glygen. Has a little bit of everything. A couple extra K samplers for doing high-res passes or whatever else. I actually need to rebuild a big chunk of this because it's some of it's arbitrary, and I'm just now learning that. So, yeah. Well, anyway, that's interesting. So it doesn't have to be any specific color. You can just mask directly to a color, give it a threshold, send it out. The mask looks like this. So it seems like it's growing the mask a little bit. Like it's stuffed a unicorn into this. So it definitely grows the mask to a certain extent. I'm not entirely sure why it does that. Maybe somebody who's a bit more versed in masking can explain that to me. But yeah, it works. It works very well. I would definitely recommend using get and set nodes. They make things a lot easier. You just route what you need, get your prompts, or your prompt with travel or whatever else you got, and just plug everything into where you want it and go. It makes it very easy to reroute things and don't have to worry about cables. I like not having to worry about cables. I'm not really a fan of spaghetti. Anywho, I just figured I'd pop on and go ahead and tinker with this for a minute. So I'm going to do another thing. I'll run it through again. And give it a picture of Agrabah. See what it does with that. So this LCM kind of cleans it up itself. So it's got 8 steps LCM, 8 steps Euler. So it runs through, it's basically running through 16 steps, but through LCM and like at the same time. So it still runs really fast. It just cleans up the image while it's running. So you don't necessarily need a high-res fix. At least I haven't had a problem with it. Right now it's eating up a lot of VRAM because I'm running at 1280 by 720. And that's, and streaming, which is fairly heavy. VAE decode just kicked it up to 17. But there you go. There's Agrabah chopped out of a area by a simple mask. I don't know why I was making it so complicated. So yeah, take a color mask. Get your image from Coco. So that's got the get image from image video, which pulls it from the set image video node here. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. There's cast sharpening and a bunch of other stuff. But there's a set node for frame count, height, width, upscale image, batch size, empty latent image, video upscaled. This is just pulling it straight from the video. You can see that this is just right out of the video. If I pulled it from upscaled, it would be pulling the same type of frames. It would just be cast sharpening, which takes time. And it's not really needed right now. So, yeah. Video to Coco to mask to IP adapter from IP adapter to animate diff. Of course, your models have to be a thing, so output model to input model. And it runs through animate diff. You got a standard decode and standard output. I'm just grabbing the output from image decode 1, which is what I set this VAE decode to. Simple. Very, very simple. In fact, I can simplify it even further by rebuilding it. So, while I'm sitting here, I'll just delete all this. Yeah. It's going to get mad, and it's going to tell me there's no set nodes for things, but it's fine. Although if it would stop doing that, that would be fantastic. We're gonna... Yeah. Okay. I have made a grave error. Okay, right. So, yeah, it's mad now. It's very mad. Very, very mad. I did this before. I really should have learned my lesson. So, video right into Coco. Oh, this is going to get irritating. It's so much easier just to rebuild this from scratch. Cool. All right. Load video node. Keep it simple. Load video node. And drag it out. Or just pump that directly into Coco. Take Coco, do a color to image, color to mask. No, that's not it. Color to mask, all one word. Color to mask. And we need IP adapter I have so much stuff. Oh, good. Just pull that out. IP adapter apply. There's the IP adapter loader. I'm going to use IP adapter plus. Pull this noodle out. Clip vision loader. I'm going to use Lion 2B, which is absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. Take a mask. Grab a model loader. Should be load checkpoint. Give it a checkpoint. Need a load image. Pipe that into the image. Need a preview image. For the output from Coco. Need animate diff. Animate diff loader. Plug the model from the IP adapter into the loader. Pull the noodle out for context options. Standard uniform context options. Don't really need a LoRa or keyframes. Pull out the sample settings. Animate diff sample settings. Noise type. I like to use free noise. I really like to use free noise. Anyway, let's see. Does it really need anything else? Motion LoRa settings. That's the wrong thing. Ugh. Did it again. I did it again. Wow, I'm gonna have to tinker with that. That's neat. Anyway, I guess it doesn't need that. Let's see how it runs without it. So LCM T2V. It's gonna need. Oh, it's gonna need a LoRa. LoRa loader model only. This plugs into that. LoRa plugs into here. LoRa needs to be at 0.15. LoRa needs to be the LCM LoRa T2V. Alright, that should all be good now. So, models up here. Need a prompt. Text clip encode. Control C, Control V to grab another one. Clip into clip. We're gonna make this one green. Make the other one red, positive and negative. Need a K sampler. Why not? K sampler advanced. Pull the model from animate diff into model. Pull positive from here. Negative from here. Now we need a latent image. Well, I forget how to get the latent from the video. I think it's VAE encode. Yep. So we'll grab pixels. We'll grab the VAE from here. Drop the latent into the K sampler. Pull the latent out. VAE decode. Pull the VAE across and give it to the decode. Pull this out and nope. Video combine. Let's not save it because it could end up being garbage. Currently, we're going to bypass the K sampler, cue the prompt, see what Coco comes up with. Oh, that's going to render all of those frames. That was not my intention, but okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. A little slow, it'll be just fine. It'll give us the images we want. Just need a color mask for this. So we can pick out a color and upload an image. I guess in the meantime, unicorns. Yeah. I'm also not particularly fond of that video. What the crap just happened? I think it's mad at me. Will it cancel? Will it run in Coco? It will. Oh, cool. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if this works. Limit the frame load cap to 30, which stops it from loading more than a second of video. Should make this considerably faster. Yeah, there we go. Shouldn't really need any positive or negative prompt. All the conditioning's going through the IP adapter. K-sampler is currently bypassed, so yeah. Alright. It's going to VAE encode, which is fine. Do your thing. Save image, open image, open with paint, grab a big swatch of color. Hey, let me click it. 116, 112, 0. Okay. Sure. 116, 112, 0. Easy one. Now that should mask out, and there should be unicorns on the right after I re-engage the K-sampler. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. We're probably going to want to load an LCM model. About kitchen sink and a bag of chips. This needs to be a CFG of 1 for animate diff LCM. Steps need to be 8. It's probably going to be kind of messy, but hey. Use LCM and SGM uniform. That should do it. Load checkpoint, color to mask, animate diff, VA encode, K-sampler. Should run through it pretty quick. Do. Bam! It's just a random unicorn over here. Its face grows real long. It's definitely not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but hey, you know, it works. Alright, let's try it as an MP4. It should just auto-save it again. Oh no, wait, apparently it's going to render it again. Because the seed is random. Yep, nope, seed needs to be fixed. Problem solved. It's a very abrupt animation, Animate Diff. Why? Oh, it's probably because the beta scheduler should be LCM. Yeah, that's probably why. LCM over square root linear. Yeah, okay. Well, I've confirmed that I'm a little bit dumb sometimes. By a little bit, I mean a lot. I have this weird habit of just not giving up. That makes things cooler. Now let's try it with the proper schedule. That should make it actually animated. I don't know where that cat's coming from. Oh yeah, right here. Here and here. Sometimes it's handy to have another VHS video combined to show you what this is turning into. I wonder if masks that are random colors are harder for it to process. Like it processes primary colors easier than it processes non-primary colors. There we go. That's terrifying. Kind of ugly and a little bit splotchy, but it's cutting it out of there. All right. Well, if that's the mask, let's take this, move it over, take the K sampler, move it over a little bit, grab another one of these. No, not clip text encode. Thank you. There we go. Move that up here. Connect this noodle to that noodle. Connect this noodle to that noodle. What I'm going to do here is pull out from this. I'm going to invert the mask. I'm going to take that inverted mask and I'm going to plug it into this mask. So everything that is not unicorn should be Agrabah. Let's see how it does with that. Theoretically, it'll just be a unicorn beside of Agrabah, or some permutation of that. Sorry about that. One of my cats is in heat. It's extremely annoying. Here goes. And it worked. If it is not unicorns, it is Agrabah. That's kind of neat. Yeah, that's kind of neat. It's weird, but it's neat. Inverted mask just pulls the background, throws it to another IP adapter. I mean, you could do this infinitely. Like, you could just keep picking out colors. Like, you know, where's another one? Let's see. Let's open this again, pick out another color. Paint. Let's pick out that color. Why not? That color is 102, 102, 156. Really? One oh two, 102, 156. Okay. All right. Need another one of these. 102. 102. 156. What did thresholds are at 10 for these. Okay, cool. So, don't need another coco. Just need to make these masks. So, that's the background now. That's anything that's not whatever comes before it. Let's grab all this. Move it over here. Take this mask, put it above here because it's for that one. Grab this mask, put it up here. Grab these. So we need new ones. Put them over here. Grab the mask from that. Throw it into the attention mask. Everything should be pretty good. So now we've got the left and the right. And we're going to fill that in with the Large Hadron Collider from CERN. Because that's going to be real weird looking. And also, why not? Oh, my bad. Really should have plugged it in. Yeah, that would have helped. There we go. Model to model to model to model. Let her rip. Now, the idea is to mask anything. Like, for instance, you know, you have a video, like a dance video, because that seems to be a really popular thing. Even I've been doing them because they're fun. And there's a picture in the background. Well, that picture is not going to be the same picture, the same color as anything else. So you can just grab that picture and be like, you know what? How about that picture is spaghetti? Why not? Grab the color map or grab the RGB value, plug it into an IP adapter, mask it, and bam, it's spaghetti. You can see the influence of CERN over here. Not as much as I thought. It's kind of like bleeding into Agrabah. Now there's like these weird mechanical structures and stuff like that. You can always play with the weight, change the model. Like, let's change the model and see what it does. Let's use photon. Everybody seems to love photon. I'm also going to take the threshold down to 1 on both of these, which should make it much harder for things to bleed into each other. Running, 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 running. Yeah. Righty. I should have just done this in the first place before I posted this to Banadoko. This should have been the video that I posted to Banadoko. But I will fix that by downloading this video and posting it to Banadoko. And I'll fix my YouTube thing so when I'm streaming it's visible. This is neat. This is very, very neat. All the things that I learned from Mateo and Purz and J-Bug, everybody else in the community. Nerdy Rodent. Learned a lot from Nerdy Rodent. Now I have these weird ideas. Like, what can I do? Wow, that's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. It's really not wanting to put CERN in there. Like it's trying not to. That's okay. We can make it. There's this cool thing called adding noise. So we're going to add 0.2 noise to CERN. IP adapters love adding noise. It also might be the weight. The weight type is original on all of them. Could also play with time stepping, like the start and end of when this is applied. Let's see what it do. What do it do? Again, if you're in chat, I can't talk to you right now. I can't see you. I gotta fix some things with YouTube. I gotta apparently sign in, but when I tell it to sign in, it won't let me. It's weird. I'll get it sorted out, though. See a little bit more of CERN's influence here. I'm not sure what's with the water. I guess it's trying to process CERN and it just does not know how. Because CERN is just a mess of tiny, intricate things. Let's try something else. How about medieval England? If that doesn't work quite right, I'll change all the... Actually, I can change that right now because it's running. Change all the weight types to linear. I find that linear works pretty good with animate diff. Channel penalty is like... It's kind of heavy. Linear's good. I got a lot more experiments to do before I learn more about how all this works. Been at it for like 2-3 months now. It's fun, but also very complex. There's a lot of research papers to read. A lot of things to learn. It's neat, but I feel like it's missing something. Again, it's only running for a second, so... maybe change the... change the schedule to DDIM? See what it does with that. It's still doing the water splash thing, but it is getting the ruins. So they're all linear now, and I changed the scheduler to DDIM uniform. think Animate Diff LCM likes uniform schedulers. Not entirely sure. I could try it with Keras next and see what it does. Just to tinker with it. Either way, this is neat. I just grab a thing, mask it out, and go. Or a couple of things, or a bunch of things, or a category of things. Like, makes subject masking a little bit easier, I guess. This whole thing stemmed from Mateo. Just watching Latent Vision. Just doing subject masking to get rid of the background in a video. I had to wonder what else could be done with it. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. My wife's home. I hope you guys enjoy it. And there's a button here somewhere. Alright, I will see you guys in the next one. Will you let me end the stream?